will explore all the historic, wonderful things there are to see in beautiful downtown Sydney, and discover what wonders a mere $145 will get you on an all-day excursion to the Australian outback. Prepare yourself for stunning views, unusual meals, and the cutest little beasties you've ever seen. Roll the intro. We're a middle-aged, middle-class couple with a passion to see the world on a budget, and we'd love to show you how you can do the same. It's easier than you think. We've visited more than 30 countries, been to all 7 continents, and seen some of the world's most amazing things.
Today we're going to do a ferry ride and go across the ferry. It's about a 40-minute ferry ride. I guess it's amazing. Heard about it from some locals. They said it's really great. That's what we're headed over to do. I had some lunch while we're at it. We had McDonald's 2 days in a row. It's not bad. It's different than the United States, by the way.
It tastes a little better. It's not so greasy.
It's not, yeah, that's true. That is true. It's not so greasy. Miss Saigon, the Opera House, in the Opera House. Oh my gosh.
Before you travel to a new country, you want to check out the local norms and customs so you don't inadvertently offend someone. And one of the things you want to check for is, do you tip or not? In Australia, servers get paid a living wage, so it's not necessary or mandatory, but it is very much appreciated.
Oh look, Wicked is coming.
Oh yeah, so we're going to Miss Saigon in a couple days.
At the Opera House.
At the Opera House, in the Opera House. Beautiful square here. There's Burberry right there. If you like to shop, Burberry's a great place. I do need to get a pair of socks.
You want a belt?
Yes, I have my belt. My pants keep falling down. So I see a lot of crack in some of our videos. And so
we don't want to do crack.
That's right. We're trying to cut out the crack. So
we have the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington Cemetery in Washington, D.C.
And here's theirs, To Our Glorious Dead. And there's their uniforms. And you can see here's some of their flowers they put around for their military. If you look real close, someone actually put a wine glass right in there too. Honoring their military. Just like we honor our military, they honor their military too. See, waiting for a McDonald's breakfast. And we actually talked with some people in the Navy. They have their Navy here, and the guy had been there for 20 years.
And a lovely young Navy woman helped me find where to buy tickets to train because I was having trouble. It wasn't working for me, and she figured out where to go.
Yeah, very helpful, very helpful. But
this is actually a cenotaph, which means empty tomb, and it was unveiled in 1927 and commemorates the many Australian lives lost in World War I.
And they take pride in being Australians. Just like we have the American dream, they have the Australian dream. So everyone loves their own country. We're all the best. And that's why they have the Olympics. You can celebrate your country.
Directly across the street from the cenotaph, in the middle of Martin Place, which is the heart of the business district, is this beautiful building. It was opened in 1874 and completed in 1891. It was the post office. It served as the headquarters of the Australia Post from the time it was finished until 1996. It's now the Fullerton Hotel.
And you see all the Queen's heads over there come around like that, right? So you got Armani over here, and you got the Queen over here.
Right around the corner is a Lego store.
We weren't even aware until we were walking through the park on our way to our first hostel in Australia that the Australian ibis even existed. Although they're closely related to the African ibis, it's a totally different species. They have become very urbanized and have been given some colorful nicknames such as bin chicken and the picnic pirate.
You got the coolest birds here, I have to say. The birds here are really, really, really neat. Here we are going over here by the St. Mary's. St. Mary's is the Catholic diocese here, the head church of all the Catholics here. And you can tell here's a beautiful, beautiful view of St. Mary's. It was built in 1832, and it's one of the main attractions here in Sydney.
The Cathedral Church and Minor Basilica of the Immaculate Mother of God, Help of Christians, is more commonly called St. Mary's. The church at first was much more modest when built in the 1820s. It was destroyed by fire in 1865. The much more grand church began being built in 1868 and wasn't finished until 1928. The 2 spires were added in the year 2000.
You can even hear the church bells behind us. It's been there. I mean, figure how old that is. 1832. I mean, that's going back a ways, especially for a fairly new country. So figure this: it's almost over 200 years old, and the country is only about 200 years old. So this is a massive, probably a massive building back in the day for being that old.
The Archibald fountain was commissioned in 1919 by J.F. Archibald, owner of the Bullet magazine, and was completed in 1926 by French sculptor Francois Léon Sicard. It was placed in Sydney's Hyde Park in 1932 to commemorate the association Australia had with France during World War I. The artist described it like this: Apollo represents the arts and holds his arm out as sign of protection. Basin is divided into 3 groups. One is Diana, goddess of purity; Pan, who symbolizes the good things on earth; and Theseus, who defeated the Minotaur and delivered his country from the monster.
You did see a little bit of art there, you know, a little bit of penis. He does have a nice butt, if you look at that. Yeah. And right there, one of the tallest things in the city. You can go to the top of that. It does cost, and since we're frugal, we're not going to go up in it, but look at that. It is pretty beautiful. Yeah, especially a day like today.
The Sydney Tower Eye opened in 1981, and it's 1,014 feet high. You can buy tickets to the Eye and even have a very expensive meal in the rotating restaurant. Small penis stick, the small penis size.
He's got the micro down the top. He must have more powers or something with the smaller penis. Well, we're seeing our hostel right down the road from here, and didn't have any beer or anything, so we know yet. Not time to check in. We just had to come to East Sydney Hotel right here, and look at some of the beer. But it's only 5%. The one in our town is believe it or not, is 9%. It's a doozy, and it will knock you on your butt. All right, neat place. I think we're gonna go sit outside, and while we have our beers, and we're having a drink, and if you look at what we're having here, have a couple of beers right here. They call them schooners here, schooners. We call them pounders in the States, or pints. They call them pints here, but they call them schooners, and that was a new one for me.
The Pacific House Hostel opened in 2022 in a building that was originally a temperance hotel. A temperance hotel is one that didn't serve alcohol, basically. It has been named the Sydney Coffee Palace, the Hotel Marlborough, and then it was the Sydney Eye Hospital for nearly 75 years. It's been recently renovated and is within walking distance to the Museum of Art, the Sydney Wharf, the Sydney Opera House, and the Royal Botanical Gardens.
Okay, this is the Art Gallery of New South Wales. You can see up on the wall there, it says Rembrandt, Leonardo da Vinci, not Leonardo DiCaprio, but anyway, so you look at this, it's super beautiful here.
The Art Gallery of New South Wales was located in various other locations from 1874 to 1897, before the current location was built. The museum is open every day and is free to enter, although there are sometimes exhibits and events that require payment. The names on the outside of the building are painters, sculptors, and architects chosen by the gallery's board president, and at the time they were put there, at least, the names had nothing to do with any of the collections inside.
In time we'll come back to it, but look at that. Look at this stunning building. This is the wishing tree right here in the Botanical Gardens, right here in Sydney. And you have to walk around the tree and you make a wish. Let me give this a try. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then I have to walk around backward 3 times. Okay, and then I make a wish. Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
And I can't tell anybody. So, but just think what it is. And it might actually be, I wouldn't tell you, but it wouldn't be for more subscribers. I wouldn't be for that. So
people are just changing and going around the other way. I can do that.
Okay.
I can walk around 3 times and then walk around 3 times the other way.
So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go. Walk around. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 3 times.
The current wishing tree was planted in 1945, replacing the original that was planted in 1816. It's located in the middle of the Royal Botanical Gardens.
No shortcuts. You got to go all the way around 3 times.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay? That we're not cheating yourself. And then you go around 3 times for the wishing tree. Okay? So, that is right there. It's going to be 2.
It's a long walk around here.
It is. I'm getting tired already. They're not going to just give you something for free. If you actually have your wish come true, you're going to have to actually put the time in. Okay?
You can't skip on that crap.
You can't skip. It's not like just rubbing a lamp 3 times and then actually getting your wish. Okay? So we started. Here's the sign right here. Okay, so that's it. Now we're going to go back the other way. So this is the WilyWanderlust wishing tree right now.
That's right.
So
The wishing tree is a Norfolk pine, which come from the South Pacific. They're fairly low maintenance, and people even keep them as potted plants.
it's kind of crazy. I'm kind of getting dizzy, but it's supposed to unwind you when you go back the other way, I guess. If you ever heard that. So one way and then unwind you.
Sure,
so
that's it.
okay, so here's the last time right here, and this is 3. At the very end, we make a wish, and then you can make a wish there on television. Okay, I'm doing it for you here in Sydney.
It works. That's cool.
Okay, and leave the description below what your wish might be. Okay, here it is, and I make a wish. Actually, I made 2 wishes, so don't tell nobody. And that's the wishing tree right here in Sydney. That's pretty cool, and here in the Botanical Gardens.
The Royal Botanical Gardens were a farm back in 1788. When that farm failed due to poor soil, the governor founded the Botanical Gardens in 1816. Funds were used to find ways to improve the soil's productivity. The garden has grown and evolved for more than 200 years, with plants and seeds being brought from inland and all around the world. Through the years, there's been a zoo, an aviary, various museums have come and gone. The gardens now cover 74 acres and are open every day, and it's free. Has over 27,000 plants, 4,000 trees, and nearly 9,000 different species. It receives 3.5 million visitors a year.
Well, believe it or not, right here on the waterfront, Sydney Harbor. Can you believe it? It's incredible. Look at this. It is absolutely stunning here. Beautiful. Sun's just starting to go down. We just walked through the Botanical Gardens. Oh, flowers we've never seen before. Birds we've never seen before. Oh, it was amazing. We saw
bananas.
We saw bananas just hanging there from a banana tree. It was the coolest. If you come to Sydney, make sure you do the Botanical Gardens. You will not be impressed.
Yeah, we had a couple people mention it, but I was like, yeah, but...
Yeah, that's one thing you have to do is Botanical Gardens. And it's completely free. There's a lot of stuff free here to do. There's some artwork that's free here. A lot of great hikes and walking stuff.
And right downtown.
Absolutely. Look at this. That sky. Wow. We're going to Manley Beach, taking a ferry across. Should be absolutely, it's going to be a little colder out. The ferries here go to about 10 o'clock.
The ferries are actually part of the transit system, so the same as like the train and the buses and all that. The ferries.
Right here it looks like on a ferry. Looks like on a ferry right now. Come to Sydney, take a ferry. It really is Opal car, doesn't cost hardly anything. Public transit here is amazing. It's so simple and it's so beautiful.
The Sydney Harbor Bridge is a 3,770 foot long, 440 foot high, and stands 161 feet above the water and just over 100 years old. You can cross on train, automobile, bicycle, and foot. It's the world's tallest steel arch bridge, and you can walk across the top of it for a hefty fee. The lowest price for an adult was $294 per person. We actually considered taking the walk across the top until we looked into it, and the conditions and cost just were a little bit out of our league. Sydney's ferries are part of their public transportation system. The first known ferry here was in 1789, powered by a rowboat. The amount of ferries crossing the harbor grew and grew until the bridge opened in 1932, when the traffic more than halved, from 44 to 20 million passengers a year. Financial difficulties this caused made the government take over the ferry system in 1951. Things have changed since then, so it's now a government-owned, privately ran system. It now consists of 10 routes and 41 vessels. Although the ferry system is currently only about 2.5% of the transit system, it still only costs from $5 to $10 per trip.
Sometimes timing is just incredible where you're going, and since we've been here in Sydney, our timing has been impeccable here, and just saw the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House together. It was wow. That was, oh Jesus, that was amazing. That was some tough footage to get, actually. I couldn't believe we got that footage. I think we had it, we ran over a couple people by accident. I had to say we're sorry. I felt kind of bad. Yeah, I felt kind of bad, but you know what? You have to. You gotta. You have to do what you can to get the tough shots, and that we did. We did, and that was for you guys. Yeah, for you guys, not for us. And so you guys can be a part of this with us. Stay tuned. If you like this video and it impressed you, and you like our channel, you like our footage, if you like our content, like and subscribe. It helps out our channel, helps out what we do here. Right now we make zero money on this channel. Zero. It costs us spend a lot of time doing this and to bring it to you. You know, I am kind of a jokester, and Susan's a very beautiful lady. Her narrating is fantastic, and we do a lot of research and time to bring that to you. If you do appreciate that, just hit the subscribe button. Anyway, look at that sunset behind us. Geez, look at that. I mean, oh my gosh. There's a couple new subscribers. We met right there. Say hi. Where are you guys from?
Sydney.
You're from Sydney?
Yeah.
Yeah, how old are you? 12. 12? When we land, what are you going to plan on doing?
I was just going to have a walk and then just go head back.
Oh, walk and head back?
That's it, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are on Manley's Wharf. You see, it's just absolutely stunning here. It's just the sun's just starting to go down a little bit. If even something cooler, look at it's actually a big seashell, and it's something you can sit on while you're out waiting for the boat. Isn't that cool? And Manley's Wharf. Anyway, so we look at this.
Manley Wharf was built in 1855 for ferries from Sydney. The town of Manley was a tourist resort for day trippers from Sydney. Originally named Ellensville, it was changed to Manley in 1877. When the harbour bridge opened in the 1930s, the pier was turned into an amusement park and aquarium. It had burned down, been rebuilt and renovated until 1989, when it went back into service as a wharf for ferries again. We decided to have a quick dinner in Manley before taking the fast ferry back to Sydney. It was delicious, and their service was the best.
So you get on the boat, and we're taking the fast one back. We took the scenic boat, and we're going back to Sydney. And the fast boat, they call it the fast boat. That's what they call it. And the fast boat actually has a bar on this boat. And if you chug real fast, it's a fast boat, but then you chug fast. They have a bar and everything. They said party on the way back. Party, party. I said, okay. Yeah. Oh, kind of cool. Otherwise, we have to wait another half an hour, 20 minutes for the next boat, the one we came out, which is a cool boat. Don't get me wrong. It's a really cool boat.
But it's not a fast boat.
It's not fast. It's nice. It's more, relaxing and like what you saw earlier.
Not a lot to see right now anyway.
But we're old and we're tired. We want to go back to bed. So.
There's that.
Yeah, but we've still got time for a beer. Do you guys work for the port?
Yeah, we're deckhands.
You're deckhand.
It's a lot of customer service, some skills, but yeah.
If I stay there till you retire?
Possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
We'll see.
And how about you?
Oh, I don't know what plans are for me, but I'm staying around here.
You guys get doing this?
Oh, maybe him.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Well, nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, you too.
All right. You know what's behind us? That is the Opera House. It's the main attraction here in Sydney. It was supposed to take 4 years to build, and it actually took 14 years to build. Across from us here, you'll see that's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And during the day, they have actually people who actually climb up it. And you can do that. It's called the Sydney Harbour Bridge Climb. And right next to that famous bridge is the Opera House. Bricks they lay down here, it actually looks like the Opera House. And then the stairs will go up into it. So try to get the best seats we can. Here in Sydney was about $1,000 for front row seats.
Yeah, we went nosebleeds, and we're going to be okay with that.
That's right.
I think it is still smaller than what we usually see. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yes,
because we don't know.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this. Actually, so we're going to take you with you. Hopefully, get some. We don't know if they're going to let us take your camera in there, but let's see if we can sneak you in there.
We'll see.
Anyway, so
Sydney Opera House has numerous tours that start at about $45 an adult, up to about $400 if you add dinner and drinks. We decided to see the musical Miss Saigon that was showing instead of taking the tour. We got the cheapest tickets in the very last row, and we absolutely loved it. The tickets ran about $70 each, so not too bad. There are 7 venues in the building, and the musical that we saw was in the Joan Sutherland Theatre. Joan Sutherland was a Grammy-winning soprano born in Sydney. The building of the Opera House went shockingly over budget in both time and money. Plans were originally set to have the Opera House completed in 1963 for $7 million. But when completed in 1973, it was over $102 million. I'm sure that was beyond frustrating for all involved, but they're left with one of the most iconic landmarks in the world. The shells, or the roof of the Opera House, is made of 1,056,006 tiles constructed in Sweden.
Okay, well, we're about ready to go in the Opera House here.
The forecourt of the Opera House is a whole different venue. With a 6,000 person capacity, it's made of concrete and pink marble.
And before we leave, I plan on getting some souvenirs, I think. There's some things you can only get here inside the Opera House. You can't get it. There is a outside souvenir shop, but some things you can only get inside. And to get inside, you have to have a ticket. There's our ticket right there.
Thank you so much.
And we're good to go. And we're in. You can't drink on the street, but it's 18 years old over here, not 21. So if people 18 can drink here.
3 years of drinking.
Yes. So if you're 18, come to Sydney and have a drink. We're lucky we bought tickets a few months back so we could see Miss Saigon right here.
One of the first things, we didn't even have all of our plane tickets yet.
We want to make sure we come saw this in the Saigon here at Opera House, and we're bringing this to you so you guys can come, maybe eventually plan ahead. Come to Sydney. Your option, there's nothing we have done here that you cannot do, that you're going to want to do. I mean, oh my gosh, you cannot come here and not have a good time. The only thing that's different is probably the only thing is it's a little expensive. It's a major city, and that's why you're paying a lot of money. But it's not expensive. It's as expensive as London. Let's put it that way. Okay, London's a lot more expensive. We're gonna go find our seats. The funny thing is we can't have anything turned on during the playing the Saigon. No pictures allowed. But I might sneak you in and do a couple quick shots. Don't tell nobody.
Just don't have the flash on.
No flash. No
No accidental flash.
You can't really see us right now, but we're actually inside the Opera House. These are the nosebleeds. It's all we can afford. Anyway.
I wouldn't want it any other way, actually. It looks good from up here.
It's amazing. Anyway, we're inside the Opera House. And final thoughts of Miss Saigon.
Chris is a douche.
That's a good one. But it's a great love story. Pretty amazing. Like I said, tear to my eye. I was a little sad. And by the way, why musicals are so amazing is because it's all live, the orchestra, and it really rips right through you to your soul.
They were amazingly talented.
Oh, amazing talented. And so you literally feel it. It feels right inside of you. So passionate, and you can feel it. So I tell you one thing: you don't go to a musical in your lifetime. Just travel, and then go to a musical, because you will not regret it. I'm telling you. I told friends about one musical, and now they're hooked too. The hidden art of Tai Chi.
We made several trips through the Botanical Gardens. It was a shortcut to the transit system and to the Opera House and to everything over there. And every time we went through it, we saw something new and interesting and gorgeous.
You don't see that every day. He's an artist, what he's doing. That's the master of Tai Chi. You could tell he was in peace with himself for what he was doing right there. That was something of beauty. I was touched. It's during the week now, and the weekend is over, and it's very quiet here. There's birds. You hear birds. You don't see people. Yesterday's place was packed. Yesterday, today, during the work week, it's nobody here. And feeling with the sun coming up, the cool breeze, and the birds, with this beautiful day and no one here in the park. Wow, I feel lucky. And here's Susan. Okay, we're gonna come on this side, and I'll do a limbo. How low can you go? How low can you go?
This is good because that's going to fix my back.
That's not true. I actually had her knees up by her head a few times, and now she's very flexible. Anyway. Oh, yeah, we were practicing yoga. That's all we were doing.
Yeah.
Well, we're here at the Marriott, and here in Sydney, and here we're going to get on a bus, and we're taking off to a wombat kangaroo tour. Anyway, so we're just waiting for the bus. It should be here in about 15 minutes. Here we are, Sublime Point, here in Australia. We are on our tour, our wombat kangaroo tour. If you get bit by a snake here in Australia, get bit by a brown snake, which is one of the most poisonous in the world, even more poisonous than a cobra, and in 20 minutes, if you walk, you will die. And so how do Aborigines do that? They just lay down for 4 days, and it goes away, and you get up and walk away. And today, I'm not sure if I could lay somewhere for 4 days.
No, I know I could. I've done it before. I could do it again.
I overdrank a few times. It was a couple days, but not necessarily 4 days. And there's a beautiful view out here. Anyway, I think it's about 1,300 feet. Sublime Point. And it's beautiful. You're going to be amazed by this. Absolutely amazing. Look at this.
I hear a new bird.
I'm going to walk you out there, and you are going to just gasp. Watch this.
Often when we travel and we have time, we sign up for a whole day-long excursion. This excursion was $145 each, which seems steep, but it was 10 to 11 hours long, included lunch, dinner, beverages, transportation, and Dave, the guide, was quite knowledgeable and patient with all of us. Sublime Point Lookout has a 1,400-foot cliff with 180-degree view of the forest and the ocean.
If you know anything about a lock, why there's so many locks?
Keep away, and it like shows that you're.
Yep, that's exactly right. He's exactly right. Yep. If you want you lock your put your lock on here as a couple, it locks the love in, and you throw the key, and your love is forever. And that's what essentially that means. So that's why always see these locks on bridges. So that's what that means. You lock your love in, and when you throw the key overboard, it means you lock the key, the love in forever. And that's what the locking bridge are for. And so first time I had done one was in Argentina.
The Sublime Point Lookout has the picnic area as well as the view. View is amazing. You can see the Blue Mountains, the rainforest, and 17 beaches.
You keep saying snacks, I keep thinking snakes. You said, yeah, you don't get thinking of snakes now. I don't know.
Tim Tams are Australia's favorite cookie. Of course, they call it a biscuit. They've been around since 1961. The creator took a long trip in 1958 and was inspired by penguin cookies in England. And they were named after the Kentucky Derby winner, Tim Tam. They are now for sale pretty much all over the world and come in a wide variety of flavors. Whether you call them biscuits or cookies, they're pretty good.
This is a person from a certain region in Australia. A banana bender.
Queensland?
Yeah. Oh. So they grow all the bananas up in Queensland. And when the Queen came to visit in 1972, she asked the bloke what he did for his occupation, for his job. And he said, I work in the bananas, I bend them before they get to the store, I'm a banana bender. She was just like, jolly good. This is a type of job. Chippy.
Highway patrol.
Oh.
No.
That's what they would call them in California.
I like it. No. It's one of the tradie jobs. Do you know what tradies are? Tradesmen. Chippy. So chippies are builders because they're always covered in wood chips, you know, sawdust. Chippies. Another job, dunny diver. So we call a toilet a dunny in Australia, so a dunny diver is a plumber. Our favourite of all words in Australia, let's go for this one, see if anyone knows this one. What about bogan?
Bogan?
Bogan, yeah. They started about 1% in Sydney, but by the time they get to Western Australia, you're at 99% bogans. Yeah, rednecks. Very good. That's our favourite Australian word. It's home to the Australian Alps, where we have 5 ski fields, and we actually receive more snow than Switzerland, just because it falls on a much larger area.
Meat pies are really popular in Australia because they're convenient and portable. It's estimated that Australians eat about 270 million meat pies annually. They're sold at gas stations, sports venues, bars. I guess it kind of compares to sandwiches and burritos in the U.S.
Very next, they put some ketchup on if you like, and use one of these here. And you take one of these and then you spread it on. You spread it on with the ketchup. Okay, if you like. But we're gonna try it straight up. Give this a try. There's no tin foil or anything like that at the bottom. Never really good. Doesn't taste like Stouffer's at all. It's really good. Tastes maybe kind of like a gravy soup. What do you think? Kind of like that? Yeah. Like that? Yeah, like soup without the vegetables. That's what it kind of tastes like. Here's some more meat pies right here. And this is the ones that just come off. And actually, there's some regular pies too. But of course, you put apple. We had one of those. All right, right, we're doing this hike. This hike is here.
It's a 15-minute walk there and back. So.
Yes, yeah, it's still pretty. It's small for here. The next place we're going, it's 3 times the size of Singapore. It's so big. Hikes they have the second oldest park in the world here. Yellowstone is of course the biggest and the earliest in like 1842 and 1849 or 47. Theirs is here, and so they there's a lot of foxes here. Foxes, there's some things that aren't native here, kind of like Florida with the python. They're everywhere. Well, here they did the same thing with bunny rabbits. Started 12 bunny rabbits, and the population exploded. There was like a couple thousand a day where they were mating so fast. And they tried to build
They bred like rabbits.
They bred like rabbits, and they built a fence to stop the breeding so they wouldn't go to the other side of the country. By the time they finished the fence so they would stop from running across to the other side of the country, they'd already made it to the other side, and now they're everywhere. And so what they did, they brought in foxes, and now they have foxes here. And they also have camels, which aren't native to here either. And now they have so many camels in the wild, they shoot them in the wild, but they're in such remote areas here, they shoot them by helicopter. That's the only way they can kill them. Kind of like that, things don't belong in areas, and it takes out a lot of their natural resources. And foxes here are killing a lot of the mammals.
The birds and the little marsupials.
Susan is wearing, if you didn't notice today, Susan is wearing her Doomsday shirt. Thanks for keeping my posters up. We'll really appreciate you, Doomsday, for everything you guys do for us.
They're great collaborators.
Oh, and so thanks again, Doomsday, and you have officially made it to Australia. And so it's your 7th continent. Thank you very much, Doomsday.
The Butteroo National Park had a short trail to a beautiful viewpoint of the 300-foot Carrington Falls. The blue pool was quite refreshing and fun to wade in. Australia has several big roadside attractions, and Robertson has the Big Potato. Fitzroy Falls has a short wheelchair-accessible trail to the lookout for the beautiful Fitzroy Falls, an 81-meter, 266 feet tall waterfall. The unusual lyrebird lives in the area, but unfortunately they were hiding from us that day. To get to our last excursion for the day, our little bus had to cross Macquarie Pass. It's a nearly 8-kilometer or 5-mile road that connects the towns of Robertson and Albion Park. The road is full of hairpin turns and so steep. I'm glad we were passengers and not the driver.
Okay, right behind us, you'll see it as a wombat.
Wombats are some of the cutest, most unusual animals you're ever going to see. They're marsupials, and their pouches face backwards so they don't get filled with dirt. They poop cubes, and they beat up predators with their butt. And although you wouldn't know it to look at them, they can run about 25 miles an hour. That's faster than most people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119,
wombat can live up to 15 years old in the wild and like 33 years in captivity.
The Bendila Campgrounds is a free camping area on the Kangaroo River. The best part is all the kangaroos and wombats that come out at dusk.
We just got done having, believe it or not, we just saw some kangaroos. Just having kangaroo. We just had a kangaroo hamburger. I guess it's kind of wrong eating kangaroo and watching kangaroos.
No. Not really.
Anyway, there's a baby wombat. Here's what those photos look like. This baby wombat under this tree. You can barely see it over there, right over there. But it's a baby wombat in the wild. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. When danger comes, how they fight off enemies is by they sit on the enemy and kill them. So their butt is dangerous. They can dig out almost 8 feet of dirt, like a turbo mole. It's crazy, but they're just so cute because they have the little stubby legs, just like that. Anyway, so if you like those shots of those wombats, like and subscribe. If you look behind me, there's kangaroos right there behind me. And there's 2 wombats over here. Right over there, just 2 wombats. Now, kangaroos are very dangerous. You gotta be very careful with kangaroos, they are dangerous. Wombats don't really care because they're just minding their own business and they want to get some food and get out. But right there.
Baby kangaroos are called joeys, and depending on the kind of kangaroo they are, they can stay in the mother's pouch for up to a year. Kangaroos, wallaroos, and wallabies are all kangaroos. The main difference is their size.
There they go. There they go. There they go right behind me. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, oh my God, you just see that? We got kangaroos in the wild. We got some on camera there. It's not the best, but we got it. It's in the wild here. It's in a national park. It's amazing. We saw a mom and a baby.
It's a big baby. It's a cutie baby.
Oh.
And we saw baby wombat too, which is, wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
We almost didn't do this because it seemed really expensive, but then we got lunch, we got dinner, we got snacks, and we got to see kangaroos and wombats in the wild. I mean, it's totally worth it, and it wasn't that expensive.
Yes. All they do is take us out to a national park, and there's no guarantees you're going to be able to see anything, okay? This is, like I said, this is not somebody's house or some
refuge where they're caged up or anything
right,
like
this
that.
is in the wild. We are so lucky to be here to see this. I mean, a couple of wombats came out, and then I don't know if you saw that, but he ran back in his hole.
I think he came out and pooped and went away. Back
he had to do his business.
That in your house, you know.
So we were we're so lucky to see this. I mean, we're so lucky to see this. It's incredible. Okay, we're walking back to the truck. Can't believe it. We're in flipping Australia, chasing around
wombats. The field of wombats. We're in a field of wombats with a smattering of kangaroo here and there, and it's just amazing.
It's crazy.
And Joey, the Joeys are adorable. You have a great name.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. They just pop out of nowhere. The kangaroos don't want you around, darling, but we got some shots of them. Oh my, Australia is amazing.